me, 34, marketing director at Brewhive Craft. Beer Co. Finally made it to leadership after years of grinding through the boys' club that is the craft beer industry. 6 months in this role, and I'm still proving myself every damn day. Friday afternoon, we're at the tap room across from the brewery. Quarterly results just came in. $847,000 revenue. We hit 87% of our growth target, which honestly isn't bad for a 3-year-old brewery in a competitive market. But Jake, our senior account manager, has to make a comment. You know what our problem is, he says on his third beer. We have 5 meetings to decide what to put on Instagram and 0 meetings about why Pacific Beverage hasn't placed their Q1 order yet. I feel my face flush. He's talking about my leadership style, in front of the whole team. Maybe if we spent less time in alignment meetings and more time actually closing deals, we'd hit 100%, he continues. The table goes quiet. Riley, my junior marketing coordinator, looks uncomfortable. Vanessa, our senior designer, is suddenly very interested in her phone. Gail, who handles sales ops, stares at her drink. Interesting perspective, Jake, I say, keeping my voice level. Some of us believe inclusive decision-making actually improves outcomes. Inclusive decision-making, he repeats. Is that what we're calling it? What are you implying? I'm saying maybe we'd get more done if we focused less on process and more on results. Something snaps. I've been biting my tongue for 6 months, while Jake and his boys, Marcus in systems, and Ryan managing our West Coast accounts, act like I don't deserve this promotion, like I only got it because the company needed a woman in leadership. Women can lead just as effectively as men, I say. We just do it differently. Jake leans back, that infuriating calm expression on his face. Then prove it. Excuse me? Prove it. 1 week. You run your team without any input from me, Marcus, or Ryan. I'll run mine without input from Riley, Vanessa, or Gail. We'll see who actually gets work done. The table is dead silent now. Marcus and Ryan are watching Jake like he's lost his mind. Riley's eyes are wide. My heart is pounding. This is exactly the kind of trap I should walk away from. But everyone's looking at me, waiting to see if I'll back down. Deal, I hear myself say. And when I win, I get to implement one major policy change. Fine. When I win, same deal. Jake pulls out a napkin, writes, 1 week. No cross-gender input. Winner gets policy change. Loser buys team dinner. We both sign it. Riley takes a photo with her phone, giggling nervously. I spend the weekend convincing myself this is brilliant. I post in my Women in Craft Beer online group and get immediate support. OMG, this is amazing. Expose the patriarchy. Document everything. Monday morning, I draft an email to Sarah, our VP of Marketing, carefully wording it as an innovative leadership pilot and exploring diverse team structures. She's heading to a conference in Denver and responds from the airport. Sounds interesting? Let's discuss when I'm back Friday. I loop in HR with Sarah's vague approval. They file it without questions. Jake forwards my email to Marcus and Ryan with the subject line. Well, we're actually doing this. I tell myself, I'm ready. I'm going to prove that women don't need men to succeed, that our approach, collaborative, emotionally intelligent, authentic, is just as valid as their old-school, results-obsessed methodology. I just need to show them. Monday morning, 9 a.m. I gather Riley, Vanessa, and Gail for what I'm calling a vision alignment session instead of our usual Monday briefing. This week is about reimagining what leadership looks like. I tell them, we're going to show that women can create just as much value, maybe more, by doing things our way. Riley nods enthusiastically. Vanessa looks skeptical, but says nothing. Gail has her notebook out, already taking notes. We spend 2.5 hours creating a poster board with our core values: authentic, disruptive, community-focused. Riley suggests we rearrange our desks into a circle of equality instead of the traditional rows. It takes until 1 p.m. to move everything: 8 desks, monitors, file cabinets. The new arrangement makes it harder to see our screens, but I don't want to admit that out loud. I'll organise our shared drive so we can collaborate better. Riley volunteers. Perfect, I say. Great initiative. What I don't see is Riley moving folders around, including Linda's retail account files, Pacific beverage pricing history, and our beer festival logistics, into a subfolder she then deletes and empties from the trash. She's thorough, I'll give her that. Meanwhile, Jake, Marcus, and Ryan set up in conference. Room A. Through the glass wall, I watch them working quietly. Marcus updates something on his laptop. Ryan makes a phone call. Jake processes emails. It looks boring. Exactly the kind of uninspired transactional work approach we're moving past. At 2 p.m., an email comes in from Pacific Beverage to Ryan. Ready to discuss Q1 order. Want to lock in pricing for our spring IPA promo. Can we talk this week? It sits unread. Ryan's banned from helping. I post once on LinkedIn, just a photo of our vision board with a simple caption about reimagining leadership. It gets supportive comments, which feels validating. Tuesday brings our authentic communication workshop. I print out feelings charts and we spend 2 hours sharing our workplace emotions. Riley actually cries talking about finally feeling seen as a whole person, not just a productivity unit. Vanessa keeps her headphones in the entire time. When Gail mentions that Linda from Golden State Beverage requested product performance data by Thursday, I wave it off. Let's stay present with what we're experiencing right now. The data can wait. Riley suggests a team lunch at the Grain House for bonding. We're gone for 90 minutes. In conference room A, the men eat sandwiches at their desks for 30 minutes. I watch Jake confirm something on a call. Marcus typing rapidly, Ryan going through a stack of emails. They finish lunch and go right back to work. It looks joyless. Where's the connection? The humanity? Wednesday starts with a creative brainstorming session. I want to explore rebranding ideas that feel more inclusive. Our brand is fine, Vanessa says flatly. We have actual deadlines. This is exactly the kind of limiting thinking we're trying to move past. I interrupt. Riley jumps in. I love this. What if we redesigned our labels to be more feminine, softer colors, more organic shapes? Vanessa literally rolls her eyes. At 1 p.m., Gail tries again. Linda's deadline is tomorrow. Pacific Beverage still hasn't gotten a response? The beer festival is in 10 days, and nothing's confirmed. You're catastrophizing, I tell her. We'll handle it. But then cracks start appearing. Vanessa tries to access our sales analytics to prep Linda's data. Locked out. Marcus controls the system with 2-factor authentication on his phone. Gail searches for the beer festival logistics file. Can't find it. Oh, I reorganized files Monday, Riley says brightly. Let me look. She makes a show of searching, knowing full well she deleted everything. Our sales dashboard throws an error message at 3 p.m. Normally, Marcus fixes these in 5 minutes. We submit an IT ticket to Marcus, who ignores it per the experiment rules. At 4 p.m., Pacific Beverage emails again. Haven't heard back. We need to finalize order by Friday, or we're moving forward with Hopworks Brewing. I read it and feel something cold in my stomach, but I push it down. We just need to get through the week. Through the glass wall of conference room A, I see Ryan on a call. Later, I'll learn he called Linda proactively. Just checking in. The team is working on your data request. Should have that tomorrow. Thanks, Ryan, she said. Appreciate the follow-up. Because Ryan understands relationships. Unlike us, apparently, spinning our wheels on vision boards and feelings. But I can't think like that. This is about proving a point, about showing that our way works too. I just need more time. Thursday morning, 9 a.m., and my inbox has an email from Linda with the subject line, Urgent, need data by EOD. This is the third request. I have a buyer meeting tomorrow morning and need Brewhive's Q4 performance data to justify expanding your shelf space. If I don't have this by 5 p.m. today, I'm cancelling tomorrow's meeting and reconsidering our partnership. My hands shake slightly as I forward it to Vanessa. You know our products best. Can you pull the data and send it to her? Vanessa looks at me like I'm insane. I need access to the sales dashboard. Marcus locked it with his authentication. There must be another way? There isn't. All our sales data runs through his system, Gail chimes in. Also, we'd need Linda's previous orders, her preferences, account history. That's all in Ryan's files. Can't we just look it up somewhere? Where? Gail's voice has an edge. Ryan manages that relationship. He has all the notes, the pricing agreements, everything. This is ridiculous. We're smart women. We can figure this out. Gail starts searching for the files. Her face goes pale. They're not here. What do you mean they're not here? Riley's eyes start watering. Oh God. I think those might have been in the folder I reorganized Monday. What do you mean, reorganized? Vanessa's voice is dangerously quiet. I was trying to. Make the shared drive cleaner. I might have moved some things? Where did you move them? I don't remember exactly. Riley's crying now. There were so many folders. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Vanessa stands up. Vanessa, language, I say. Riley made a mistake. A mistake? She deleted our biggest client's files 3 days before a major deadline. I didn't delete anything, Riley sobs. I just organized. Gail's checking her computer. The folder's not in the trash. It's not anywhere on the shared drive. Because she emptied the trash, Vanessa says. I was cleaning up. Okay, everyone calm down. I'm trying to maintain control. Are the files backed up somewhere? Yes, Gail says quietly. On Marcus's backup server, which we can't access because he's banned from helping us. The silence is suffocating. This entire experiment is a disaster, Vanessa says. We're having one setback. One? We haven't completed a single actual work task in 4 days. We've been building team cohesion. We've been making vision boards while our clients get ignored. Vanessa's really angry now. We've been in feelings workshops while distributors wait for responses. Riley turns on Vanessa. Why are you being so negative? We're trying our best. Your best just cost us our biggest retail account. Can we please just focus on solving this? Gail pleads. That's not helpful right now, I snap at her. Vanessa laughs bitterly. She's the only one being helpful. The rest of us have been playing pretend all week. At 11 a.m., another email arrives. Pacific Beverage. Final notice. Need confirmation on Q1 order by 5 p.m. today, or we're proceeding with Hopworks. Your call. $85,000 on the line. I try to draft a response, but I don't know their margin requirements, their seasonal preferences, their distribution timeline, their buyer's name. All of that is in Ryan's head and files. In conference room A, Ryan sees the email. He was automatically CC'd. They're going to lose this account, he tells Jake. Probably, Jake responds. Should we? No. She made the bet. Let her honor it. At noon, our commission system throws an error. Quarterly restart required. Marcus normally handles this. The sales team can't see their commission calculations. Wait, I need to see my numbers, Riley says, temporarily forgetting she's supposed to be devastated about the files. The system stays locked. At 2 p.m., Beer Festival coordinator emails. Haven't received confirmation on booth setup, product selection, or staff schedule. Festival is in 9 days. Please confirm by EOD or we'll forfeit your booth. $3,500 already paid. Riley, weren't you handling this? I ask. I've been busy with the team building activities, she says weakly. You've been busy deleting files and suggesting lunch breaks, Vanessa mutters. By 3 p.m., Vanessa stops talking to anyone. Gail is texting someone constantly. I'll later learn she's been BCCing Sarah, our VP, on everything since Tuesday. At 4 p.m., Vanessa stands up and walks to conference room A. Knocks on the door. Jake opens it. "How's your week going?" she asks. "Fine. Why?" "Can you show me?" Jake pulls up a spreadsheet. Pacific Beverage Q1 order, confirmed, $85,000. Linda's proposal, ready for Friday meeting. West Coast distributor inquiries, all answered. Beer festival, confirmed, logistics handled. Sales analytics, updated daily. Commission system, running smoothly. Vanessa stares at it for a long moment, then takes a photo with her phone. "Something you need?" Jake asks. "Just confirming what I already knew," she says. She shows Gail in the bathroom 5 minutes later. "Jesus," Gail whispers. "We need to end this. Today." "I've been emailing Sarah since Tuesday. She lands tomorrow morning." At 5 p.m., Linda's deadline passes. No data sent. Pacific Beverages deadline passes. No confirmation. I send desperate holding emails to both. Finalizing details will have update tomorrow. Neither responds. I sit at my desk in the circle of equality we created, surrounded by vision boards and feelings charts, and realize I might have made a terrible mistake. But I can't admit that. Not yet. Not after I've committed so publicly. I just need to get to Friday. Then Sarah will be back, and this will all be over. Friday, 8 a.m. My phone rings. "Golden State Beverage," I answer, trying to sound confident. "Linda, good morning. I was just about to..." Where's my data? Where's Ryan? Why have I been emailing into a black hole for 3 days? We've had some team restructuring this week, but I assure you, team restructuring? It's a data request from Wednesday, not a corporate merger. This should take 20 minutes. There were some technical access issues. What does that mean? I hesitate, then tell her the truth. We're running a leadership experiment where the women on the team are operating independently from the men, and some of the systems are... Stop. Her voice goes cold. Did you just say you're running an experiment with my account? It's not like that. We're just exploring. I don't care what you're exploring. I run a business. I needed data for a meeting that's happening in 90 minutes. Do you have it or not? Not at this exact moment, but then we're done here. Wait, if we could just... I've spent 12 years building my company by being more competent than everyone else in the room. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, or a golden retriever. I care if you can do your job, and you clearly can't. This is just 1 week. 1 week is all I need to know. I'm pulling our contract. Please. And for the record, women like you make it harder for the rest of us. Every time you treat gender like a marketing gimmick instead of earning respect through results, you set us all back. The line goes dead. I sit there, phone pressed to my ear, unable to move. At 8:45, I walk to conference room A on shaking legs. Knock. Jake opens the door. "I need help," I say. "Just this once. Linda, just... No. This is sabotage. You're deliberately letting this fail." His voice is maddeningly calm. "No. I'm honoring the bet you made. You wanted to prove women could lead without male input. So lead. People's jobs are at stake. Then maybe you shouldn't have gambled with them. If you don't help me, we lose Pacific Beverage too. You already lost them. They emailed at 7 a.m. They're going with Hopworks. How do you... They CC'd me. Want to know why? Because I've worked with them for 6 years. They trust me. Not the company. Me. Desperation makes me reckless. What do you want? I'll end the experiment. I'll say you were right. I don't need you to say anything. The results speak for themselves. You're enjoying this. No, I'm doing my job. There's a difference. I walk away before he can see me cry. At 9:30, Sarah arrives. She walks into our main office and takes in the scene. Me, pacing, Riley crying at her desk, Vanessa with headphones in, ignoring everyone, Gail looking sick with stress. The vision board still on the wall, desks in their stupid circle. What the hell is going on? I try to compose myself. Sarah, you're back. How was... Conference was great until I landed to emails from Linda pulling a $30,000 account, Pacific Beverage confirming they went with Hopworks for $85,000, and our beer festival coordinator asking if we're forfeiting our booth. Want to explain? 10 minutes later, we're in the conference room. Sarah, me, Jake, Vanessa, and Gail. Talk, Sarah says. I explain the bet. The experiment, the week. You got vague approval for what I thought was a team bonding exercise, Sarah cuts me off. You didn't mention banning half the staff from doing their jobs. She turns to Jake. Your side? He slides a printout across the table. Every deliverable completed. Every account managed. Every deadline met. What about your side? Sarah asks me. I start to answer, but Vanessa interrupts. We didn't do anything. We spent 4 days on workshops and vision boards. That's not... It's exactly fair. We reorganized desks on Monday instead of responding to Pacific Beverage. We did a feelings workshop on Tuesday instead of prepping Linda's data. We took a 90-minute lunch on Wednesday while distributors waited. You supported those decisions. No. I stayed quiet because you're my boss. There's a difference. Gail produces printed emails. A complete timeline with timestamps of every ignored warning, every missed deadline, every cascading failure. How much did we lose? Sarah asks. Gail answers. Pacific Beverage, $85,000. Linda's current contract, $30,000 per year plus $40,000 projected expansion. Beer festival booth, $3,500 sunk. Total immediate, $158,500. And the summer IPA launch? Delayed. Marketing materials missing. Roughly $200,000 in sales. Sarah looks at me. You cost this company $358,500 in 1 week. The men sabotaged. We did our jobs, Jake says quietly. The same jobs we do every week. That's not sabotage. That's baseline competence. He's right, Sarah says. She ends the experiment immediately. Everyone back to normal roles. Marcus, fix the commission system. He does it in 5 minutes while we all watch. Ryan, call Linda. He tries. Linda refuses. The account is gone. Jake, Pacific Beverage? Already contracted with Hopworks. 6-month commitment. We're locked out. Ryan gets the beer festival reinstated with a late penalty. Vanessa and Marcus rush to salvage the summer IPA launch. They'll make it, barely, with zero margin for error. Some things are saved. Most aren't. Jess, you're being moved to strategic consultant. No direct reports. Effective Monday. You're demoting me. I'm limiting damage. Be grateful you still have a job. She turns to Jake. You won the bet. What's your policy change? Merit-based quarterly reviews. Results, not intentions. If you hit targets, you advance. If you don't, you don't. Approved. Riley gets fired on Monday after HR investigates her file deletions. Turns out, sabotaging your own team is grounds for termination. Thursday evening, I run into Jake in the parking lot. You happy now? I ask. No. I'm relieved the dysfunction is over. You set me up. You knew I'd fail. I knew you'd focus on the wrong things. There's a difference. This was about gender from the start. No, this was about work. You made it about gender. Easy for you to say? Linda is a woman. She pulled the contract. Vanessa is a woman. She called you out. Gail is a woman. She documented your failures. At what point do you stop blaming men and start looking at your choices? They have internalized. No. They have standards. You spent 4 days on vision boards while we spent 4 days working. Leadership isn't about gender. It's about results. You focused on everything except results. That's oversimplified. Your client quit. Your team fractured. Your projects failed. Those aren't interpretations. Those are outcomes. Own them. He gets in his car and drives away. 2 weeks later, I'm at a coffee shop in a different neighborhood trying to avoid anyone from the industry. 2 women at the next table are talking. Did you see that story about the brewery director who banned men for a week? Oh my god, yes. Lost like 300,000. Apparently she was trying to prove women could lead without men. By not doing any work? That's not proving anything. Right? I've been in beer marketing for 8 years. I don't need experiments. I just do my job. Stuff like this makes it harder for the rest of us. I leave before they notice me listening. That Sunday, I'm scrolling job sites. Director positions at startups, anywhere but craft beer. I find one. Director of Brand Strategy, Greenleaf Wellness Co. Disruptive culture, mission-driven team. I start a cover letter. I'm a proven leader who isn't afraid to challenge conventional thinking. I don't mention Brewhive. I don't mention the experiment. I don't mention losing $358,000. My phone buzzes. Someone tagged me in an industry post. Cautionary tales in leadership. I mute the notification. Click submit on my application. Next company will be different, I tell myself. They'll actually support women leaders. They'll appreciate vision over short-term metrics. They'll understand that real change requires risk. I tell myself I was ahead of my time. That Brewhive wasn't ready for transformational leadership. That Jake, Marcus, and Ryan were threatened. That Vanessa, Gail, and Linda had bought into patriarchal definitions of success. That the craft beer industry is too traditional, too resistant to change. That my only mistake was trying to innovate in a system designed to punish it. That next time, with the right company, the right team, the right culture, I'll prove what I already know. I'm a visionary leader. They just weren't ready to see it.